Welcome everybody to the Genesis Mindset. This is just a very, very quick pDAI overview. So I've tried to distill everything. So this is a whole day of absorbing content on pDAI, trying to see what's actually going on, trying to understand it. And I'll be perfectly honest with you, it's a massive, massive headache. So I've tried to condense it all into this very, very, very short video that maybe even laymen can understand, because there's so much technicalities to it. There's a lot of conversation. There's a lot of debate. It's still up and down, up and down. So what we're going to do is we're going to distill it and see where we're at. And then I'm going to tell you what I'm going to be doing based on the information that I currently have. So let's get straight into it. So first of all, there was there's been many spaces today. So this is just one of them that I listened to extensively today. So I was a speaker. I didn't actually get a chance to speak because it was a lot of excitement there. There was a lot of debate. There was a lot of talking. So it was nearly a 5 hour. Wow, 5.5K tuned in. So nearly a 5 hour pDAI peg theory. So obviously, thanks, Matty Allin is just such a great host. He's a phenomenal host. He got followed by Matty, so I'm very happy about that. So I did want to just say a few things. But I couldn't actually get a word in. So a lot was actually covered, and it circles back to the same core thesis. So there was pretty much four main points that got covered. So one, pDAI is still being minted, and people are considering that it's dangerous to buy now. So because it's being minted, then this is not a good sign. So this is the way that some people are particularly viewing it. Richard Hart is not behind it, and neither is Maria. So Richard Hart has put out a few tweets today, which people are reading between the lines and saying, oh, he's talking about pDAI. I'm not going to show you those tweets. You can find those tweets. And some people are saying he's talking about pDAI. Some people are saying he's talking about the pump ties pDAI. Some people are just saying he's talking about something completely different. So again, it's for everyone to read between the lines. But for me, Richard Hart is not behind it. So the price keeps going up. So this is something that Somi kept going back to. So 15 years in the market, Somi says he gets everything that everybody was saying, all the talking points that everybody was saying. He understands. Well, he's saying he doesn't fully understand the technicalities of it, but he understands where those people are coming from. But still, the price over time continues to go up. And he said every single time that there is a bottom, there's this major FUD event every single time. And it's always the worst possible thing that you can think of. So this minting thing is like the worst possible thing you could think of right now. And the fourth major point was PMaker can still allegedly peg the coin. So there's still a lot of debate about that, about the Oracle, about if it can, if it can't. So basically, around and round it goes. It was something that just went back and forth with all the different perspectives, and all the different perspectives were very, very much covered. The difficult thing in all of that is there's no real conclusion. I wanted to go there to find a conclusion to give me a sense of, okay, this is exactly what I'm going to do. And I'm still left with a 50-50. It's still a 50-50. There's the bearish case and then there's the bullish case. So we have to really treat it, or I have to really treat it from that perspective. So that's exactly and precisely how I'm treating it. The only major point that I wanted to contribute to the conversation was people were talking like, oh, like all the people who were talking about pDAI are the influencers, which unfortunately, even though I emphasize that I'm not an influencer, I guess I still am in some ways, and I hate it. I hate the title. There was criticism towards influencers that they're making it dangerous, that people are following them and being wrecked. And I just thought that was a really arrogant perspective for people to actually insinuate that the audience of someone is dumb enough to actually just make a decision based on what somebody else is saying. I just thought that was very rude. Like, I just think people will make decisions based on what they think. Yes, they're going to listen to people like me, Somi, whoever, and then they're going to formulate their own opinion. To kind of arrogantly assume that these people are too dumb to make their own decisions and that somehow they're the ones that know better, I just think it's a really bad take. So that was the main point that I wanted to take. So people buy what they want to buy, not what I want them to buy, or not what you want them to buy. So you being the people who are criticizing influencers. So people make their own choices. So I am going to leave the link in the description here. So with a link to this tweet. So then the tweet will have the link to this description. So you can go there and listen to that spaces. I would definitely recommend, it's up to you. I'd recommend listening to it in the background. I know Matty Allin is going to be putting it on his YouTube channel as well. So by all means, go there, have a listen to the 5 hours. And this is pretty much just the condensed version of everything that went there. But if you want to understand the nuances of it, go right ahead. So for me, where do I actually sit in this? After all of that, after all the Twitter storms and going in Twitter and the Twitter spaces, I'm still left at the very same conclusion. that I was yesterday. I'm not a single step further than where I was yesterday. And that is very, very simply, I'm waiting for this auction process to begin. So this is still the macro focus with pDAI for me. So everything else is just noise. You'll never get an answer that satisfies your choices. We all want certainty in life, but life is full of uncertainties. And ironically, that's what makes it so very thrilling. So 99Capital is saying this stay focused, pDAI is inevitable. So he's saying the noise is only going to rise until the flop auctions start. So stay focused, pDAI is inevitable. And he's saying the flop auctions begin in I think so. This was 19th of March. I think it begins on the 21st. So I think it's a day and a half away to 2 days away. So this is still what I'm waiting for. Do I fully understand what the flop auctions are? No, I don't. I've also had people, I've had Fast Abdul messaging me that it's actually already happening. So there's people that are doing auctions and they shouldn't be doing auctions. But then there's NineIronCapital who's saying, no, everything is happening just fine. So again, who do you believe? What do you believe? So for me, I'm going to wait for this flop auction. I'm going to wait for what the people who are still bullish are saying, and then what's their assessment after that particular point. That's going to be the main thing for me. If this flop auction comes out and there's still FUD, then we're really going to have to reassess where we're going. But again, do you really want to sell on a red candle? I don't want to sell on a red candle. I really, really don't. My portfolio is so down in the dumps from all of this because I'm so, like, the whole Pulsechain is so tied to pDAI, and pDAI is so tied to the Atropa ecosystem, and the whole blockchain is tied to the Atropa ecosystem and pDAI. So everything is just down a lot. So now with those auctions, just very quickly, so I just want to give a very, very simple understanding of this. So I'm going to leave this link in the description as well. I saw this and I'm like, yep, okay, everything's going to be all right. Because I've been watching this number all day, the volts, and the volts is changing. And now at the time of this recording, it's 3333. So I was like, oh, hell yeah. So basically what we want to see, so then I'm going to leave this here, the debt auction. So we want to see this number go down. So this joy number go down and this number to stay low. But we want to see this getting reduced. But essentially, so basically, what do all these numbers mean? Look, there's so many words. There's so many words to read all the words. I'm just like, God damn, this is like way, way too beyond my head to even be able to distill it. Maybe Sommy's explained it. I would recommend go and listen to Sommy's. I'm just trying to give a very, very quick overview, like for a 5-year-old explanation. So very simply, NineIronCapital said in the past 24 hours. So what's his reading on the situation? He said in the past 24 hours, the joy has declined 200 million. So this number here used to be over a billion, so 1.1 billion. So in the past 24 hours, it's declined by 200 million. I see total extraction from the 5996. That is 10 million pDAI. Now, they may be using wallets I can't see, but we're about to have another decline of 300 million in the next 24 hours. So either these people that are supposed to be bad actors have taken the day off, or they're preparing for the next phase. In case they are really bad actors, what are the outcomes best? What are the outcomes best and worst outcomes? So, they aren't bad actors. So this is somebody asking NineIronCapital, and he's saying they're not bad actors. So he's very confident. So NineIronCapital is very much involved with, he must be very much involved with developing this. So we know that Decentralized Me was, and Decentralized Me now is really, he's kind of incognito, he's taking care of life issues at the moment. So I'm hoping things are going to turn out well for him. So that's also something where you have to really measure it. You know, cryptocurrency is supposed to be without trust, but we're really putting a lot of trust in a lot of people. Like even me, I'm talking about NineIronCapital's tweets. I've never met NineIronCapital. I don't know who he is. He just strikes me as a good person. He strikes me as being benevolent, but that could also be a biased perspective because my bias is towards wanting a peg. I want to hit a dollar stable because it's so interconnected with the blockchain. It's going to be so bullish for the entire blockchain. It's the only thing that people care about on this blockchain at the minute. I mean, when we have spaces that have thousands and thousands of people, at one point there was over 600 people listening in at one point. Like this is huge. This is a really big thing that people really care about. This is people, Ivan on Tech is talking about it. It's just garnering all this attention. So I'm really, really bullish on wanting this to succeed. So I'm just going to keep my eyes on this. And if this goes down a few hundred million, then that's great. But we have to be aware that it is still being minted. It's being minted continuously. And I think I've got it here. So this is in Sonny's pub. So if I just type DAI guy, so we're actually tracking it in here. So if I just press enter, DAI guy, give me all the DAI guys. So where we got, what have we got? 7 p.m., 7:17 p.m., 7:17. Oh, one. So not that many. So yeah, so really not that much. So this is the DAI guy taking action, DAI guy. So he did a lot in this particular period. So DAI guy again. So well, that actually is, so there's a lot. So a million. So same story, minting and dumping. So seems bearish, but this is just looking at that. So I can't say anything. So I will just say about the liquidity. So people who are praying for the downfall, people who are praying for the downfall of pDAI really need to reflect and think closely about what they're actually wishing for, because the liquidity on pDAI is so interconnected with everything on Pulsechain. So it's 5 billion liquidity, but I'm going to ignore this particular amount, because this is 5 billion and 68 million. So we're going to ignore 5 billion and 68 million. So actually there's only about 30 million total liquidity in USD. Over half of that is with Atropa. So this is what caused the dump. So this is also a serious cause for concern. So look, the way that I've assessed that situation with Maria, people are saying he's a rugger. Look, it's for you to decide. It's for you to decide. I'll tell you what I decide. I don't feel that he's a rugger. I feel that if he was going to rug the system, and this was all this elaborate plan of rugging the system, why not do it at 3.5 cents when your portfolio was in the hundreds of millions? Why do it now? I don't think he's an elaborate rugger. You can think what you want. I don't think that he's an elaborate rugger. I still think the Atropa ecosystem is the number one most exciting thing about this whole entire blockchain. And it's the only thing that I'm really interested in. Without the Atropa ecosystem, without pDAI, it's like, we're just a faster, cheaper version of Ethereum. And like, there's nothing innovative here. I'm just going to be straight. Like, what's innovative here is the consciousness that's happened within Pulsechain, and the consciousness that's happened within Pulsechain has developed all of these things. But if the Atropa ecosystem gets taken out of it, which is really like the backbone of everything on Pulsechain, it's kind of just boring. It's like, well, you may as well go to base chain and just speculate on base chain or Sonic or somewhere where things are going fast and just get some quick gains. Like, what is there? We're just going to pump the core coins. That's boring to me. I'm still going to have the core coins, but it's like, well, I'm going to lose interest in it. I'll hold the core coins. I probably won't be making many videos because what's there to talk about? I'll go back to living a simple life. And if the whole chain gets rugged, it's like, well, no problem. Like, I'm just going to keep taking action. So what am I doing now? I released that video about how to mint the Atropa token. So you can check that out here. And I would recommend just taking action. Just keep moving forward. That's all I'm doing. I'm just going to keep moving forward and keep taking action, because there's nothing that I can do. And I'm not going to be selling. I'm not selling these red candles. So I'm ride or die. That's irresponsible for some. But for me, it's like, it's always been that way for me. It's always been the way of, this is either going to transform the future that I'm trying to bring into existence for the benefit of the world, or I'm going to go back to doing what I'm doing, which is what I'm doing now. And all this stuff is so distracting from my meditation center. I'm running a business. I'm not just running a business. It's like, it's the truth. It's the truth. It's eliminating the false self, bringing about the true self, revealing the true self. So I should be focusing on that more. And all of this is trying to give birth to expanding that mission out into the world. But if that fails, well, no problem. The universe is just saying, okay, Steve, well, don't worry about the money stuff. Just focus your attention more on just the individual things, like your own individual center. That's what the universe will say. And that's what I'll do. No problem. I'll just go with the flow. But I don't feel that that's the case. I still feel like our destiny is to win here. I still feel that. And I don't feel like it's going to be easy. We're shaking up the power structures of the world. We're shaking up like pDAI is a first truly decentralized stablecoin. Do you know what happens to people who combat the US dollar? They don't get a sniffy sticker. They don't get a pat on the back. Oh, thanks very much. They get assassinated. So you can draw the lines yourself, but I don't think it's wise. And I just think we need to keep certain names out of our mouth when we discuss this. That's all I'm going to say. And I just think what we're doing is, it's really destabilizing the power structures. So it's not going to be an easy road. And I choose to go down with the ship. That's what I choose. You choose what you want to choose. So what are the price charts doing? The price charts are doing, well, to be honest, kind of what we thought that, well, not what I thought they would, but it looks like it's maybe the bearish scenario. So even though Bitcoin started to look a little bit bullish, it's back up to 85K. Maybe it could come down to here, retest those 70s. It's really going to depend on the macro trends about where this is going to go, in my opinion. But even still, until Bitcoin like really kind of fully confidently recovers, then I don't think Pulsechain is really going to fully confidently recover. So for me, we're in a bearish, we're in a kind of bearish, and it could come down to retest those lows. That's what I see. And I mean, at the end of the day, it's getting minted a lot. So it's getting sold down a lot. So I'm not doing anything. I'm just watching and waiting. And there's nothing that I can do. Like I said, I'm going down with the ship. If price, I mean, if pDAI comes down to here, if it comes down to here or down to here, it's like, well, you know what? I'd probably still buy a little bit with like $100 in the like a Terra Luna. Like that's what I would do. I'd just be like, okay, YOLO. But for now, I'm just waiting. There's nothing I can do. So I've taken in all the information. It's the same as it was yesterday. It's just waiting for this auction process to see where this actually goes, and just recentering myself because I feel completely destroyed. Haven't had a lot of sleep, been trying to research all this, been trying to share all this, been trying to condense it all, and just back to basics. And speaking of basics, how beautiful is she? How beautiful is she? She is just absolutely delightful and gorgeous. And I just feel like she fits so perfectly there. And she makes my heart sing. She really makes my heart sing. She is so gorgeous and she fits so perfectly with this. Going back to my original background, I'm testing different things, but look how beautiful she is. She's just gorgeous. So remember the simple things in life. Like all this stuff, really reflect on. I'm really reflecting like, why do I want this? I have a huge attachment to wanting this because I really want to make an impact on the world. That's my greed. My greed is I want to make an impact on the world. I don't care about the money. But I know the money is going to go towards fulfilling the destiny that I see happening in my life. And if that's coming from a greedy place, because I want this thing to happen, but it will happen according to nature's flow. It will happen according to God, Buddha, Allah, whatever you want to call it. It will happen according to the universe. So that's what I'm just going to do. I'm just going to relax, enjoy the simple things in life because there's nothing that I can do about the pDAI chart. Staring at it all day is not going to do anything. If I bought and I'm not willing to sell, then there's nothing that I can do. So how beautiful is she? She's just gorgeous. I'm going to leave it with that. So take care of yourselves out there. I hope everybody's not feeling too stressed. I know that this is a stressful time, and I'm not going to tell you what to do with your money. You do what you want to do. I'm just telling you what I'm going to do. This whole YouTube is about documenting this process towards success through the right kind of mindset. So if this all fails, this is not the end. This is not the end. If this all fails, yeah, okay, well, the journey with crypto goes down the drain. That process is documented, but I won't be giving up here. Artificial intelligence is here. Metaverse is coming here. So I'm staying optimistic. I'm staying open-minded to the future, but I'm still very optimistic about what's happening on Pulsechain. And I just believe that it's not going to be an easy journey because we are energetically shaking up the old world. So this is going to not be an easy process. That's what I feel. So everybody, take care out there, please.